Hello, Worldhoppers! In just a few days, Brandon Sanderson is releasing Book 5 of the Stormlight Archive at Dragonsteel Nexus 2024. And of course, the event sold out in minutes. But luckily, Jason Denzel, a fellow author and good friend of mine, he is an exhibitor at the event, and I'm going to be helping him run the booth. Also, before the event, I'm going to be touring the Shattered Plains of Utah that inspired the setting of the Stormlight Archive. And of course, I'm going to be recording that journey and sharing it with you guys. So if you don't want to miss out on that and my coverage of Dragonsteel Nexus, please remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications because I have some incredible interviews lined up. Speaking of which, I'm here with Jason Denzel. He is a fantasy author and also the founder of Dragonmount, the fan community of the Wheel of Time, which is my favorite book series, by the way. And he is an incredible person. Even if you just want to stop by and say hi at the booth, you won't regret it. Hi, Jason. Thank you for joining. Please tell us what we can find at booth 419.
Yeah, thank you so much, MJ, for having me on here. And I am so excited to see you again in person and to be running this booth together. I'm really excited about it. This will be my second year at Dragonsteel, and I'm glad to be back. So, first and foremost, at the booth, we will have all 3 books from my epic fantasy series, the Mystic Trilogy, available. We have Mystic, the first book in the series. This is a wonderful book that it's a great, quick read. It sets up an epic fantasy that spans decades. This is a wonderful entry point to something that you may not have seen before. We will have copies of Book 2, Mystic Dragon. Everything's on fire on that cover. I love it. And Mystic Skies rounds out the trilogy. So those are the 3 books in the Mystic Trilogy. You can buy them individually, you can get them with a bundle discount, and if you make any purchase there related to the Mystic books, you will get a copy of the series prologue, The Nameless Saint. This is just a tiny little booklet, promotional booklet, but this includes the prologue for the entire series that is not found in the print edition.
That one's new to me, and I'm gonna need to get one of those.
Definitely, we'll make sure you get one there. Then, in addition to the Mystic books, I'm real excited to be re-releasing an independently produced version of a short story that is very near and dear to my heart that I wrote many years ago called The Stone Golem of Qual'Jom. This is a little short story here. You can read it in one sitting, you can read it on the airplane. If you're coming home from Dragonsteel, or you can wait it while standing in line to get your book signed with Brandon. And this is a epic short story that spans many, many years about a lonely golem who is called into existence by his master and then has to, when his master goes on a trip, he waits around for him to return and he ponders the meaning of life and his existence. It's one of the first projects that I wrote, and it's been highly received in anthologies and online and everywhere else. And yeah, MJ, you helped me produce this book.
Well, my wife helped design the cover art, and she's actually operating the camera right now. So yeah, we really loved working on that cover and collaborating. The story itself, I mean, I totally recommend it. It is amazing. It's very different because it's interesting to have the point of view from the golem. That's all I'm going to spoil for now. So what else do you have? Because I heard that you had another short story.
Yeah, I have another one called Finding Robert Jordan. This is a story that I'll tell you about the story in a moment, but the short story itself is going to be part of an anthology from Grim Oak Press called Grimoire. And this is a print book that you can buy at the convention that will be available at the Grim Oak Press booth. And it features short stories from some original, some reprinted, that are from writers who are there at the convention. So if you're going to Dragonsteel and you go by their booth and you pick it up, then you can go around and get every single author in the anthology to sign it for you, which will be fabulous. Like, I'm going to make sure that I do it for myself as well. The story that I'm including in there is called Finding Robert Jordan. And this is a story that is available for the first time now in print. It's the story that about a young boy or a teenage boy in the 1990s who goes to Robert Jordan's house to interview him. And this combines two aspects of my life. First, it combines this idea of when I was a teenager, Robert Jordan was my favorite author, and I would have done anything to have met him and asked him questions and, be a fanboy around him, right? I wanted to channel that energy with with my real life experience of many years later of starting Dragonmount, which was a big popular Wheel of Time fan site, and where I had a chance to actually meet Robert Jordan several times and hear some of his stories. I've been to his house. I've been into his office where he wrote all his books, and that's where the book, this short story, takes place. So I wanted to combine this real life lived experience of fandom that I had with the young and hopeful teenager in me that wanted to meet him. So I mashed those together, set it in the 1990s, and it's a story that is a love letter to my friend Robert Jordan, and I'm really glad that it's going to be available for more people to read now.
As I had mentioned also, I mean, The Wheel of Time is my favorite series of all time. And I read this story, I have to admit, and it's also a great recommendation. It's a quick read, but you really get that feeling of like, what would it be if you met your heroes? I really enjoyed that story, and hopefully you guys can get it. And as Jason said, get it autographed by all the different authors that are going to be at the con. So what else are you currently working on?
Thank you for asking. I'm delighted that at Dragonsteel, I'm going to be giving the first public tiny sneak peek at my upcoming standalone epic fantasy novel that I only just recently finished. So this is a book that is done, but not yet available, and there'll be announcements and everything coming a lot more in 2025. But please come on by the booth. In addition to checking out my existing work, I will have a binder with some graphics from my new project that's coming soon. This book is a standalone epic fantasy novel, a classic tale full of adventure, unique and diverse characters. I've produced 11 full-color maps for it. There's 8 glossaries. It's the size of a Wheel of Time book by itself, and it's a complete story. It's still untitled. We're workshopping some of the names still, but all of these maps and graphics will be available along with some other surprises. There's some information about the magic system, which is an astronomy-based system, and I can't wait to share this project with you, MJ, and with anyone who's watching this video and comes by the booth.
I mean, it sounds incredible. It brings the epic classic, chunky book that you can just immerse yourself into and like just get lost for days reading it. And I really look forward to that project. Can't wait till it's finally out.
Awesome. Dan, thanks so much, MJ. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to talk about it more with everyone, but one step at a time in this process.
Another thing I wanted to mention is that we're also participating in the passport, the Worldhopper passport quest, and we're going to have our own stamp at the booth. So if you want to complete your passport, don't forget to pass by booth 419, and either Jason or I will give you your stamp.
Yeah, and the design is matches the stone golem logo that we've got. So it's a little reminder that story is available to you. And I think I got it in either orange or hot pink or some other color. So it's going to stand out from all the others that you have in your passport. It'll be beautiful, I promise.
That's awesome. So Jason, I know that you're going to be a panelist this year. So which panels are you going to be speaking at?
Oh yeah, thanks for asking, MJ. So I will be on several panels, as well as I'm going to be doing a signing at another booth besides our own. So the first one that I'm going to be part of is writing good side characters, and that's on Friday. And immediately after it, in another room, I'm going to be on a Wheel of Time panel. And this Wheel of Time panel is going to be focusing on Robert Jordan and his legacy in 2024 and what that means. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing a meet and greet with several other authors. There's one of the big halls. They're going to have a huge area where you can come and meet lots of different authors. I will be part of that. And finally, I will be doing a signing at the Tor Booth Books, where you can come in, see me, and get your book signed and pick up other books. I'll just be doing that over in the Tor booth as opposed to my own, but it's just another place you can find me.
Well, I definitely want to go see that Wheel of Time panel.
Great, yeah, looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Jason, and I can't wait to meet all of you guys and have a great time and totally geek out at Dragonsteel Nexus.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm sure we'll do some more videos when we're there. Can't wait to see you. If you're going to be at Dragonsteel, come on by our booth and let's chat. So see you there.